now. Oh, did you let Dick know we're live?
I can text him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prune Packer Baseball. Before we give our starting lineups, we want to have you direct your attention to our diamond. Our featured sponsor tonight, Sanderson Ford and the Sanderson family. Sanderson family has been serving Sonoma County for over 100 years, starting in 1915. Their first sales were Model Ts and Fords and tractors. Sanderson Ford has been in Healdsburg since 1945 and coming out to throw out the first pitch. Mackenzie Radlefinger, one of the Sanderson family grandchildren, accompanied by Wes and Lane Sanderson. Mackenzie, when you are ready, you look like you're ready. She's on the mound. She's poised. And there goes her throw. Mackenzie Radlefinger, our first pitch for the Sanderson Ford and Sanderson family. Mackenzie, thank you so much. Wes and Lane, great job out there. We'll have a lot more to talk about the Sanderson Ford and Sanderson family throughout the evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the historic Healdsburg Prune Packers and Recreation Park, we welcome you to Art McCaffrey Field and then the Clarence Rotovera Stadium. Tonight, we welcome the Solano Mudcats taking on our Healdsburg Prune Packers. Let me introduce the starting lineup, starting with the Mudcats. From California State University, Chico, left fielder number 40, Michael Benavidez. From San Joaquin Delta, center fielder number 28, Kenny DeSalle. From University of Pacific, shortstop number 12, Jared Wood. From Willamette University, right fielder number 23, Noah Garcia. From Willamette University, catcher number 13, Trey Topping. From University of Pacific, first baseman number 32, Telly Hill. From Texas Southern University, third baseman number 18, Jaden Jones. From Willamette University, second baseman number 6, Paso Foster. And on the mound from University of Pacific, number 27, Quinlan Sweetie, the Mudcats of Solano. And now the starting lineup for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. From the University of Portland, center fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft. From Texas Tech, second baseman, number 12, Zach Vuletich. From CSU Northridge, third baseman, number 6, Joe Kramer. From the University of Mexico, DH number 15, Braden Runyon. From Washington State University, first baseman, number 2, Sam Brown. From UC Santa Barbara, right fielder, number 11, Jared Sundstrom. From Texas Tech, left fielder, number 18, Sam Hunt. From University of Texas, catcher, number 8, Kimball Schussler. From Texas Tech, shortstop, number 3, Loudon Brooks. And on the mound, from Texas Christian University, number 22, Sam Stoutenborough. Healdsburg Blue Packers. Now, if you all please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Great pleasure to introduce Neil Rogers. Going to have the All-Star team head out, join the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, Neil. Great job. Beautiful. By the way, the Santa Rosa All-Star 12 and Under All-Star team, manager Ryan Howard, coach Donald Evans, Gavin Aaron, Jamison Evans, Eddie Harper, Justin Juju Howard, Thomas Martin, Christian Oliveras, Ricky Oseguera, Jonathan Ponce, Ricky Reeder, Connor Vogt, all part of this team. They're going to be rotating in the dugout as our ball boy with our ball boy Jacob Wood. In the dugout for the first inning, Gavin Aaron and Jamison Evans, our dugout bat boy rotation for the Santa Rosa All-Star 12 and Under team.
Ball from Rec Park in Healdsburg, California. Packers had a short day at the office yesterday, mercy ruling the San Francisco Seals in 6.5 innings, so the boys should be pretty well rested for tonight's CCL matchup.
You know, that's the hope when you're having sort of a shorter contest, less pitchers have to take the mound, and you can sort of come out a little fresher for the next time around. And this, while it doesn't have a whole lot of importance in the standings, this has been a sort of pesky Mudcats team.
Yeah, the Mudcats have given the Packers a lot of trouble this season. Packers 4-3 versus Solano head-to-head. Take a look on your screen. And if the Packers come up short tonight, that means they would only split the season series 4-4 against the Mudcats after winning all 10 games against Solano last season, and you'd have to go back way past 2 years. It's been over 2 years since the Packers have either split or lost a season series versus a CCL opponent.
And that's why, even though it doesn't matter too much for the Packers as far as the postseason, they sort of have a little bit to prove to themselves that they're on a tier above this team.
First pitch from Sam Stoutenborough is dunked into right field off the bat of Michael Benavidez. And with that, we'll take a look at the defensive alignment for Joey Gomes and the Prune Packers. Sam Stoutenborough on the mound.
It's been looking great.
Absolutely. This is his 8th start, 5-1 with a 1.55 ERA. And he faces Kenny DeSell, center fielder. This one grounded to third. Kramer's got it. They go to second for one, throw to first in time to complete the 4-3 double play.
Batting score the Mudcats, University Pacific. Shortstop, number 12, Jared Wood.
And after giving up a hit on the first pitch of the ball game, it must feel nice to him to get two quick outs here.
Stouty is a sinker baller, and we saw Caden Bugarski last night. Sam Stoutenborough today.
Bugarski was able to tie Stoutenborough here for most wins on the season for Prune Packers, and I would say in part to that quality sinker ball that we see from both of them.
It's an effective pitch. Here's Jared Wood, the shortstop. Stoutenborough pitched 5 scoreless, hitless innings against the Mudcats back on July 10th. He would pick up a no decision in that game. Packers would lose 1-0 in extras. Their only shutout loss of the season. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. This is outside. Stoutenborough, grad transferring to TCU next season. Exciting move for him. And there's a called third strike. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sam Stoutenborough. Packers Mudcats are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first. Back to the broadcast, bottom of the first inning on this beautiful Saturday evening in Healdsburg, California from Rec Park. Prune Packers Mudcats scoreless. And on the mound for Solano is the righty Quinlan Sweeney. And Sweeney's out of the University of Pacific. And it's been a tough go for him this summer. This is his 7th game, his 3rd start. And he's allowed a lot of runs in his 9 2/3 innings of work, but he does have 11 strikeouts. And Andy, you want to read off the starting 9 for the Packers tonight?
Leading off for the Packers, we have Jake Holcroft, followed by Zach Vuletich, Joe Kramer, and then Braden Runyon in at the cleanup. Then it's Sam Brown, Jared Sundstrom, Sam Hunt, Kimball Schuessler, and in the 9-hole, Loudon Brooks.
Yeah, the lineup's been pretty consistent as of late. We know Joey Gomes likes to toy with it sometimes, but you kind of get the sense this is the lineup we're going to probably see for the rest of the season and potentially into the playoffs.
And it's important coming down the stretch here to sort of solidify everybody's role for the future of the season.
This one grounded to third. Jones cuts it off, throws to first, and it's well late. 10-game hitting streak for Jake Holcroft. My goodness.
Texas Tech, second baseman number 12, Zach Vuletic.
The wheels coming into play there with that infield single.
How many times have we seen Jake do that? Just go opposite field chopper on the infield, and he always beats it out like clockwork. Here's Zach Vuletic. Zach has reached safely in 11 of his last 13 at-bats. And he scored a run in 9 straight games, had a Little League home run last night inside the Parker. Holcroft takes off. Topping fires to second, and the throw is late. It's another stolen base for Holcroft, adds to his lead for the team this year.
And we'll take a look at our stolen bases leaders. Jake Holcroft at the top now with 15 on the year, followed by Zach Vuletic and Jared Sundstrom at the 3.
And these two guys have game-changing speed. And Vuletic sends it deep to left. Goodbye.
We talked about game-changing speed. How about some game-changing power here? Big shot from Zach Vuletic.
Two-run shot for Zach Vuletic makes it 2-0 Packers. And that's home run number 6 for Zach Vuletic.
Now that ties him for third most on the team, tying with Blake Burke. It's Jared Sundstrom at the top, of course, leading the CCL as he steps in.
It's Joe Kramer at the plate. Kramer has a comfortable lead in RBI. Is just 5 points off the CCL hitting leader Tyler Gannis, and just 1 off of Jared Sundstrom for the home run lead.
He's been closely contesting some of these important offensive stats all season. We'll see if he can cinch any of them.
For Kramer, he's reached safely in his last couple of games. Last 10, 411 batting average. And for the second straight night, he's been hit by a pitch.
Now batting from University of New Mexico, DH number 15, Braden Runyon.
Kramer's been wearing a magnet these last few games. He's been getting hit a lot.
And, you know, props for him for not sort of easing out of the box there. Sort of always stays right up next to the plate. And we see a lot of that from the Prune Packers.
Here's the cleanup hitter, Braden Runyon, getting the start at DH. Pickoff move over to first. Kramer's back. Runyon had hitting .327, 5 homers. He's driven in 24. Playing in his 30th game of the summer. And Runyon ropes it right to second, and they're going to have Kramer doubled off. And that's a tough luck double play for outs 1 and 2.
Dominating from Washington State University, first baseman, number 2, Sam Brown.
It's a little unfortunate when you hit the ball so fast that the other guy doesn't have enough time to get back. And
yeah, Kramer had no chance. Nothing you can do right there. 2 big outs for Quinlan Sweeney. And that'll bring up Sam Brown with 2 outs.
Solid game yesterday, 2 for 2 with a walk. Drove into and crossed twice as well.
Sam has had a lot of success against the Mudcats this season in 6 games versus Solano, hitting .380, and right on cue was opposite field for a 2-out single.
Batting for UC, Santa Barbara, right fielder, number 11, Jared Sundstrom.
So that number will go up. 3 doubles, 4 RBI versus this team.
I gotta tell you, the Packers are gonna need it. You know, this is not a team that they want to split with, and so any extra help that they can get, the guys seeing their pitching staff well is really important.
Well, the bats are just scathing hot, dating back to last night. There's a strike to Jared Sundstrom. 12 runs on 8 hits. They walked 9 times. And remember, that was a game shortened by the mercy rule, so that was just in 6 innings. Nice block by Topping. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Sam Brown gets his lead at first. Kelly Hill holding him on. Sundstrom lines it right to the second baseman. That's the second line out, corralled by Tasso Foster. But the Prune Packers get the early 2-0 lead thanks to Zach Vuletich's 6th home run of the summer. We'll be right back with the top of the second.
Commercial vehicles such as the F-150, 250, 350, and 450 gas or diesel. They also offer the new F-150 Lightning, the all-electric truck, as well as the Mach-E Mustang, all-electric, with an electric Explorer on the way. Lots of great changes, lots of new innovations. Sanderson Ford, and of course, Sanderson family, part of that great tradition. And now for the second inning, we're going to be welcoming Eddie Harper and Justin Juju Howard into the dugout, taking Gavin Aaron and Jamison Evans' place for the All-Star team. Santa Rosa All-Stars here tonight. Bringing off the top of the second inning for the Mudcats from Willamette, University right fielder number 23, Noah Garcia.
Back in the top of the second inning here from Rec Park. Prune Packers leading the Mudcats 2-0. And sometimes 2 runs is all it takes with Stouty on the mound. First pitch to Noah Garcia, fouled back.
I mean, we saw that ERA before the game, just some absurd numbers. Just really doesn't let a whole lot of guys get across when he's on the mound.
He's only allowed 2 runs in a start just 1 time this season. And that's the most he's allowed in a start. 2 runs against the Crawdads on July 17th in his only loss of the season. 3 times he's gone scoreless, and 3 times just 1 run. Swing and a miss. Got a great 1-2 punch in Stoutenborough and Kata Noah heading into the playoffs. This one chopped foul. Wonder if we will see Stoutenborough again this regular season. I think we can expect to see Kata Noah at least one more time after he had a rough outing his last time out. For Stoutenborough, I think he's ready to go.
So.
0-2 to Garcia. Umpire calls time. Garcia, we've seen him a lot at first base this season, but getting moved to the outfield. Takes a pitch in the dirt. Still playing on the right side of the diamond. It's interesting that for some guys, you take a position like first base, sometimes you say, oh, first and third, those are usually the two positions that go together. But a lot of times it's just what side of the diamond you play on. So third base, left field, first base, right field versus first and third or vice versa.
Yeah, and I think partially that's sort of just how you play defensively when there's a guy up in the box. You sort of know what you're doing against a lefty or a righty that's hitting towards your direction.
That last pitch was foul off the bat of Garcia.
Take note of Holcroft out there in center playing a little bit more towards left field against the lefty, expecting him not to be able to get in front of it with this speed on the mound.
Ground ball through the hole into right field for a leadoff base hit.
Now batting from Willamette University, catcher number 13, Trey Topping.
That'll bring up the catcher, Trey Topping. .256, 10 RBI in his 28th game with Solano. Mudcats rocking the black and white gradient jerseys with the red lettering across the front. Stouty fires in a strike there. What are your thoughts on the look? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's sharp. It's a little unique, but I'm digging it. I like the pattern. The socks look sharp. All in all, a good look.
Topping sends it deep to right center field. Back is Holcroft. Makes a leaping attempt, but it is gone. Oh, they're going to say ground rule double. Looks like it one hopped over the wall. And that's a big break for the Packers because Garcia has to hold up at third.
Pacific, first base at number 32, Telly Hill.
And that certainly changes the game. Still an opportunity to keep some runs from crossing. Otherwise, it would have been all tied up. Some umpires having a discussion about it. Looks like the play call will stand.
Well, Topping gave it a ride.
Off the bat, it looked like it could have done that.
I thought it cleared the wall. Just the way Holcroft jumped at it, you figured. Looked like he was trying to rob it from going over the fence, but nonetheless, Stownborough got to work himself out of an early jam facing Telly Hill at the plate. So Garcia at third, Topping at second, nobody out. Count is 0-1. This one blocked in the dirt by Schuessler.
That's an important stop behind the dish there. Both runners could have advanced on a wild pitch in this situation.
Pitching staff is thinned out a little bit for the Mudcats. Just 10 pitchers listed on their roster. Something of note. Pitch misses outside to Telly Hill.
And that is going to be important for the rest of the game. If the Packers continue to jump on early, they may have to go pretty deep into their bullpen.
Telly Hill, 262 with a homer, playing in his 17th game. The pitch. This is outside. 3-1 the count. Well, the last couple games have not been kind to the Mudcats. They lost back-to-back matchups. One loss against the Crawdads, another against the Potters, two teams they were trying to leapfrog to get into the playoffs as Hill smokes it to left. Back is Hunt. He's got it. Garcia tags from third. The throw is cut off, and it's 2-1.
Back next from Texas Southern, third base number 18, Jaden Jones.
think both teams will take that one, and only one runner able to advance on the fly out to left field.
And I think you'll take that if you're the Packers. Brings up Jaden Jones to the plate. It's been a mainstay over at the hot corner for the Mudcats all season. Long look in from Stouty, and the home plate umpire calls time. Swing and a miss. Chases the breaker in the dirt. Strike one. So there is a huge game taking place tonight at McBean Stadium. The Walnut Creek Crawdads and Lincoln Potters are tied in a dead heat. Both teams looking to get into the playoffs. Swing and a miss from Jones. Ball gets away from Schuessler, and Topping takes third. Check in on that game, and top of the second inning, Crawdads with an early 2-0 lead.
If you take a look at our standings here, it's pretty much almost guaranteed that it's either going to be the Potters or the Crawdads joining the Packers in the tournament. So this is a really important head-to-head game for both teams.
0-2. Misses upstairs. Both teams should be going with their best pitchers, and it looks like that's the case. Hollis Fanning on the mound for the Crawdads, and Nick Dugan on the mound for the Potters. Pitch to Jones. Fouled back to the screen. Topping over at third. 1-2 on the way to Jones. Smoked into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Topping's going to score easily. Jones heads for second, and he's in with the slide. We're all tied up at 2.
Got batting for the Mudcats from Atlanta University. Second baseman number 6, Tasso Foster.
Nice job by Jones to pull his hands in, get that ball down the left field line.
Yeah, they've been able to pull that ball even with some of the speed here on the mound. And only one out in this inning. You hope that you can keep it tied here for the Packers.
Brings up the second baseman, Tasso Foster, who had 2 balls smoked directly at him in the last half inning. One of them he was able to return over to first for a double play. The other one ended the inning.
Yeah, and that accounted for all of the outs for the Prune Packers, so hopefully they're hitting the ball well clearly. Hopefully they can find some gaps next time around and try to stack on a little more.
Stoutenborough falls behind 2-0. The pitcher, Quinlan Sweeney, in the lineup, batting 9th, stands on deck.
A little old school lineup with the pitcher batting 9th.
One grounded to short. Brooks fields on a hop. Fires to first in time for out number 2. And Jaden Jones makes it up to third.
Batting from University Pacific, pitcher number 27, Quinlan Sweeney.
Very important second out there, but with the runner advancing, it's still most likely going to take a hit to get him across.
A little bit of a reverse Sam Hunt situation. Sam Hunt and Sweeney drives it deep right center field. Back is Holcroft, and he's got it in front of the warning track to end the inning. Quinlan Sweeney gave it a ride, but is not able to get the run home from third. Nonetheless, Mudcats tied this game up at 2. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second.
The state Supreme Court judge rules that despite voluntary contributions, Instead of paid admissions, Brooklyn is conducting a business enterprise and is thus violating the law prohibiting Sunday baseball in New York. Sunday baseball in Brooklyn, New York will not be legal until 1919. This day, baseball history. The bottom of the second inning for the Prune Packers from Texas Tech. Catcher, left fielder number 18, Sam Hunt.
Well, we were mentioning Sam Hunt in the last half inning, and he's stepping up to lead it off for the Prune Packers here in the bottom of the second. Tie game at 2. And once again, the Solano Mudcats are chipping away early. Hunt grounds the first pitch over to first. Telly Hill's got it. Flips to Sweeney for out number 1.
Now batter, University of Texas, catcher, number 8, Kimball.
Well, didn't even get a chance. Sam Hunt, if you didn't watch the game last night, came on the mound, and he is not a traditional two-way player. And he looked pretty good out there. He had some velo, some good movement on his pitches, and he actually got a broken bat grounder that wound up being a double play, and he preserved a shutout win. First pitch to Kimball Schusler is popped up and fouled to the right side.
And that was some impressive stuff. I was really surprised when he brought out the breaking ball, as you mentioned, not a classic two-way player.
And two-way players more and more common these days. It's funny, we talk about the classic two-way player. That's a relatively new thing.
And it is becoming a little more common. I think there's been some success in the majors to sort of give people a reason to continue it throughout their career, like Shohei Ohtani.
I would argue that Shohei Ohtani is just the major league version of Sam Hunt. Not the other way around. Count is 0-2 on Kimball Schusler. Lays off a breaking ball in the dirt. Kimball's at 275, 4 runs batted in. 21st game with the Packers. Was a late arrival after playing in the College World Series. Grounds it over to short. Woods got it. Throws to first in time for out number 2.
I'm batting from Texas Tech, shortstop, number 3, Loudon Brooks.
Go ahead.
Say Loudon Brooks comes up for the first time. We saw him make a really nice diving catches in the last start.
Oh my gosh. The last 2 games, Loudon Brooks has looked like Derek Jeter at shortstop. Just making some incredible diving catches, some really nice throws. And it's been a struggle for him at the plate this summer, no other way to put it. 190. But he does have a .318 on base percentage.
Yeah, you know that's important. He's not swinging as good as he'd like to, but he's contributing very well defensively. And if you're still getting on over 300, that's what you want from your 9-hole guy.
And the Packers have been spoiled by great infield defense, not only this season but last year. Ian McMillan, the shortstop last season, very similar to Loudon Brooks. And there's a backdoor breaking ball. And Loudon Brooks watches it go for strike 3. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Quinlan Sweeney. We're still tied at 2.
And welcome in Thomas Martin for the 3rd inning for the 12 and under All-Star team out of Santa Rosa. Thomas Martin heading into the dugout. And I want to give a shout out tonight to Lauren Thompson and Corcoran Realty. They live who you are. The Human First Real Estate Company. They brought a bunch of folks here tonight. Shout out to Lauren and Corcoran Realty. Leading off the top of the 3rd inning for the Mudcats, from CSU Chico, left fielder, number 40, Michael Benavides.
Sam Stoutenborough facing the Solano Mudcats order now for the 2nd time through. He's surrendered 2 runs already in the first 2 innings, which ties the most he's allowed in a game all season. And can't say we're surprised based on the way the Mudcats have played the Packers all season.
Oh, they've been really tough competitors in the head-to-head. They're a really scrappy team.
Michael Benavides led off the ball game with the single to right field. And he has been red hot as of late for the Mudcats. He's reported a base hit in 5 of his last 7, and Sam Stoutenborough strikes him out on 3 pitches for out number 1.
E Delta, center fielder, number 28, Kenny DeSalle.
Kenny DeSalle routed into a 5-4-3 double play his first time up. Grounds it over to 3rd. Kramer backhands, throws to 1st. In time! What a play at the hot corner by Joe Kramer. The ball flipped up out of his glove. I thought there was no way he was going to have a play at first. And Joe Kramer sticks with it and fires a bullet over to first base.
Talk about a circus catch. Oh, my goodness.
And that is what Joe Kramer wants to do. Joey Gomes told me that he wants the bat in his hands. He wants the ball hit in his direction. The guy just wants to impact the game. And you can tell it by the way he plays.
You know, that hunger is really important. You know, you have to be able to always want that ball to come to you, to prove yourself, to continue to get the reps and make that play, and he did just that.
Jared Wood gets hit by a pitch. He'll be aboard with 2 outs.
Next for the Mudcats from Willamette University, right fielder, number 23, Noah Garcia.
Brings up the lefty Noah Garcia.
We were just talking about our spoiled infield defense, and no one better in the hot corner than Joe Kramer.
I think so. Not only an impact with his bat, but with the glove as well. Pitch misses downstairs. Schuessler is not going to have a play at second. Jared Woods in with the slide.
That makes his 21st on the year for stolen bases.
And for Noah Garcia, 5 hits in his last 9 at-bats. He has been on a tear these last few games. And that's including his single off Stoutenborough to lead off the second. He came around to score. Pitch misses downstairs. .3-0 the count. 2 outs. Garcia taking all the way. Stoutenborough gets one in for a strike. We're due up for the Packers in the bottom of the third. Holcroft, Vuletich, Kramer, top of the order. The 3-1. It's fouled out of the mid of Schussler. Counts full.
Top of the order had some good offense early in this one. That 2-run shot from Vuletich, followed by that infield single from Holcroft.
And there is that Trey Topping opposite field ground rule double that just missed a homer. And that one just misses downstairs. Home plate umpire thought about ringing him up, but held back.
Stoutenborough most certainly thought that was strike 3. Started walking off the mound.
Trey Topping.
So Garcia's aboard for the second time tonight. Brings up Trey Topping, who hit that ground rule double. It'll be interesting to see if the Mudcats can carry this momentum from this year into next season. First pitch from Stoutenborough misses inside for ball 1.
Yeah, that is interesting because it has sort of been a big shift this year and compared to last. They've been looking like a much more put-together ball club.
I mean, it's a completely different team. I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, and that's why summer ball can be pretty unpredictable. You can get some key players that really shake up your roster.
There's a strike. Stoutenborough up over 40 pitches. The 1-1 breaks downstairs. Jared Wood at second, Noah Garcia at first, 2 outs in the top of the third. Packers, Mudcats all knotted up at 2. The pitch roped into left field, and it is foul. Emphatic call from the home plate umpire.
They've been pulling the ball down the left field line all game. You might be looking to work them outside a little bit more in this.
Want to take a moment to welcome any Mudcats fans we have tuning in tonight. No, the great Jonah Krell not on the call. Jonah Krell does a fantastic job. Swing and a miss. Schussler throws to first to complete the strikeout, and that'll end the top of the third inning. We're still tied up at 2. Be right back after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, our featured sponsor tonight, Sanderson Family and Sanderson Ford. Sanderson Ford at 453 Hillsburg Avenue, right downtown. Their service department is equipped with state-of-the-art systems to repair or service your vehicles right the first time. Their technicians are certified by Ford Motor Company, one of the great businesses in town, Sanderson Ford, and of course the Sanderson family, great supporters of the Prune Packers. bottom of the third inning for the Prune Packers. University of Portland center fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft.
See if the Prune Packers can regain the lead with the top of the order coming up here in the bottom of the third inning. Still with Quinlan Sweeney on the mound. All tied up at 2 in this one. First pitch. This is downstairs. For Quinlan Sweeney, interesting enough, has yet to record a decision this year. When you're in your 7th game, that's a little odd. But wins and losses, not a very important stat when it comes to pitchers. Doesn't tell the whole story as Holcroft shoots it into left field. Once again, going opposite way.
Second base for number 12, Zach.
And that's his second base hit of the night.
Oh, he's just been looking incredible in the leadoff spot. I mean, especially with a pure leadoff, nobody on. He's always able to work a single, and we saw he had a big day yesterday, grand slam and a 5 RBI night. So he can also work with runners on to pick off the attempt over there.
And for Jake, he said that the more games I play, the more comfortable I get with my swing. He feels like his swing is in a great place right now. And you can tell, just everything off his bat, loud, whether it's to the pull side, opposite field, up the middle. It's all good, hard contact.
He always follows wherever the ball is located. It's always such a treat to watch him work at the plate.
That's true, and this guy up at the plate right now, Zach Vuletic, has just been on fire. Another pickoff move, Holcroft back in.
He's been climbing the ranks for the batting average, now just behind Joe Kramer, who has 386. Then it's Zach at 372, followed by Jake Holcroft at 367. So the 3 top guys in your order are getting on base the most, hitting the best, and that's really important to, again, jump ahead in the first and hopefully to tack on some more here.
Absolutely, and Vuletic, it just seems like every time he steps up, you expect something great to happen, at least as of late.
It's been an electric couple weeks for him,
and right here he's ahead 3-0. I mean, he is about as locked in at the plate, I think, as I've seen anybody on this team all season. There's a strike. Got a piece of that outside corner. Just goes up there. He knows what he's looking for. Not trying to do too much. And that one misses inside. Ball 4. Zach Vuletic aboard for the second time tonight.
Number 6, Joe Kramer.
Two on, nobody out for Joe Kramer. Great opportunity to break this tie.
There you go. They're top batting average guys. The first 2 get on base, and now a guy in scoring position, no outs for the RBI CCL leader, Joe Kramer. A very good look to take the lead over.
Watches a pitch break off the plate for ball 1. For Kramer, something that Joey Gomes has observed is his relentless routine and his consistent mindset. And Joey even said, Joey Gomes, that is, said, Joe's Kramer is tiring me out. He gets 30 tosses in batting practice, and he says he wants more, even though we're this late in the season, and generally you don't want to give that many tosses, as Kramer is hit by a pitch for the second time tonight, third time in the last 2 games.
Out there from the University of Mexico, DH number 15, Brandon Runyon.
More so than maybe any other sport is reps for baseball and repetition. You see come up and have to take that same continuous approach at the plate, and so why not want to tack on some more reps even when you're as good as he is right now?
And I think Joey Gomes is talking about, health reasons. You don't want to give a guy 60 swings before a game.
Of course, you want to still be fresh.
Right, but for Joe Kramer, it's just part of his routine, and you'll hear the word routine come from Joey Gomes a lot, just kind of his philosophy, and just embracing the repetition of baseball, like you mentioned. Here's Runyon, bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch misses in the dirt, blocked by Talking. Still tied up at 2 runs apiece. Great speed on the bases. Base hit should get 2 home.
Yeah, all these guys are in the top 3 of stolen bases on the year for the Packers, so good chance a hit can score a few of them.
Since his return to the lineup on July 22nd, Braden Runyon batting .347, 400 on base percentage. Driven in 4, and he's got a couple of doubles. Takes a slider off the plate. 2 on the count. He's yet to go deep since coming back. In fact, it's been a while since he's hit his last home run.
How many innings did they play, Pat? 9?
Swing and a miss. Counts even at 2-2. You'd have to go all the way back to July 1st. Last time Braden Runyon went yard, that was against the Seals. Long look in for Quinlan Sweeney. Shakes off a couple of signs. Can tell this is a big moment in the ball game early on.
Well, if we can capitalize here, we'll maybe dictate the rest of the game.
Misses outside for ball 3.
Last night with bases loaded, that's what saw Runyon ground out into a double play to get one across, looking for some more production this time in the situation.
Payoff pitch. Runyon gets it in the air, right center field, and it is caught out there by Noah Garcia. Everybody tags, Holcroft scores, and the Packers regain the lead. It's 3-2.
Now batting for Washington State University, first baseman number 2, Sam Brown.
And there goes that speed coming into play. All runners able to advance. On that, a run scores, and no double play in effect, and just 1 out here in the 3rd.
Still a great run scoring opportunity. Vuletic at 3rd, Kramer at 2nd. Infield coming in for the Mudcats. Brown 1 for 1. First pitch runs inside. Brown's recorded a base hit in each of his last 3 at-bats. Hopefully for him, a start to a Vuletic-esque run. Swing and a miss.
At this point in the season, it's get hot now or end not hot, and so now's the chance to really start showing off your best baseball and your best plate approach.
1-1 on the way. Good take. Pitch misses down low. 2-1. Like we mentioned, Brown loves hitting against this team. See if he can cash in again here. Takes a pitch that misses down at the shoelaces. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sweeney does have a base open at first.
Big hitters count opportunity here for Brown. Chance to really stack on this lead. Here's the pitch.
And it misses downstairs. Sam Brown is aboard with the walk. Second of the inning for the Packers, and the bases are once again loaded.
I know it wouldn't be a bad walk to load the bases, put the double play on, but when Jared Sundstrom's up, he's got a very good chance of cashing in here for the Packers.
This is a guy with power to all fields. Despite that short porch in left, we know he can go out to right. First pitch misses. All he needs to do here is put one in play, preferably not at one of the infielders, though. Infield is playing back. Maybe a fly ball into the outfield would be best. There's a strike.
Yeah, we see the corners sort of playing a little back, but towards the middle, and then the middle infield you get to playing right on the grass.
Outfield grass, that is.
Outfield grass.
Well, this is the guy you want up in this situation, Jared Sundstrom. He's had a lot of success with runners in scoring position all season long. And the Packers, as a whole, done a great job of cashing in these situations. A really nice pitch. Finds the lower inner third of the strike zone. Counts even at 2-2.
Outfield shifted over slightly. Trying to prevent that pole power from getting any production.
The pitch. This is outside. It's another full count. Vuletic at third, Kramer at second, Sam Brown at first. 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Packers leading the Mudcats 3-2.
And these Mudcats can take you the distance, so if he can really surge ahead here, it will mean great things for the Packers.
Payoff pitch. Misses downstairs. Sweeney walks in a run. It's 4-2.
Texas Tech left fielder number 18, Sam Hunt.
Quality take right there, a little low, a little inside. Being able to read that was important.
And it's really just been the walks that have bit Quinlan Sweeney in this inning. And 3 walks and a hit by pitch. The only base hit all inning was the Jake Holcroft leadoff single.
Yeah, this is a team that's great with the bats, but you at least have to make them earn it with them.
And that was the case last night against the Seals. 8 hits in 6 innings is good, but the Seals walked 9 batters in that game. It's, like you mentioned, you got to make them earn it. So there's a mound visit. It's a brief one. And Sam Hunt steps up. Grounded out to first. Back in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. Sweeney comes set at the belt. First pitch misses up outside. 1-0 on the way. Pitch misses downstairs, 2-0. Sam Hunt will take his walks. 17 of them to 15 strikeouts. Drives it deep to center field. Going back is DeSalle. He's got it. Tagging from third is Kramer, and he's in standing up. And Sam Brown's in at third. It's 5-2 Packers.
Now batting from University of Texas, catcher number 8, Kimball Schuessler.
And as you mentioned, these walks are killing them. Look at this inning. One crossed due to bases loaded walk, and then the 2 other ones were sacked flies.
Yeah, and that's, sometimes a base hit, you don't even need a hit. Who needs hits? Runners at the corners and 2 outs for Schuessler. First pitch swinging, skies it out to shallow right field, and it gets down for a base hit. Sam Brown scores. Vulicich in at third, Sundstrom in at third, and it's 6-2.
Number 3, Loudon Brooks.
Packers hitting to the opposite field tonight. Everybody's joining the Oppo train.
And if they ain't broke, don't fix it. We've seen some great hits, and there's an RBI there for Kimball Schuessler with opposite field hitting.
So the Packers surge back ahead in the bottom of the third. They plated 4 runs, staking their lead to 6-2. All 3 walks in the inning come around to score. Oh, 1. Breaks off the plate. Well, just with a couple of home games left, Prune Packers laying it all out there in front of the home faithful. It's been a fantastic season here in Healdsburg. 26-2 are the Packers at home. And it's just been special to watch from the get-go. There's a strike on the outside corner.
And that's something we've talked about, comparing both of these great Packers teams of the last 2 years. But so far, better record here at home are these Packers.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sweeney just trying to get out of the third. Packers trying to do more damage. Brooks gets a hold of it. Sending it to center field. Back is DeSalle. He's got it for out number 3, but the Prune Packers regain the lead at 6-2. Be right back with the top of the 4th.
Well, we're going to say so long to Thomas Martin from the All-Star team, and welcome into the dugout Christian Olivares doing the 4th inning. Christian Olivares heading in to be our bat boy for the 4th inning. And in this day in baseball history, 1952, baseball commissioner Ford Frick sets the rule that bars all deals in Major League Baseball after July 31st. Hence, all of the trading deadline that is happening right now, July 31st, established 1952, July 30th. Leading off the top of the fourth inning for the Mudcats. From the University of Pacific, first base number 32, Telly Hill.
Sam Stoutenborough back out for his fourth inning of work. Here in the top of the fourth inning, Prune Packers ahead of the Solano Mudcats 6-2. And Stoutenborough is set to face the 6, 7, 8 in the Mudcats order, starting with the first baseman, Telly Hill, who drove in a run on a sac fly back in the second. Swing and a miss. Stoutenborough has recorded 3 punch-outs, 1 in each inning, but has surrendered 4 base hits. That's going to be number 5 as Hill spanks it into the gap in left center, rolling all the way to the wall. Hill's going to pull up there at second with a leadoff double.
Maddox from Texas Southern University, third baseman.
A lot of loud contact off of Sam Stoutenborough tonight.
Yeah, you know, they've sort of been able to have his number, haven't been able to tack on as many as they'd like. Only 2 in the second inning, but yes, we have seen a lot of hard contact. I believe that's the first extra base hit.
You had Trey Toppings. We've seen a couple. You had Trey Toppings' ground rule double, the other one coming from the guy at the plate, Jaden Jones, who had an RBI double down the left field line his first time up.
So yes, just a lot of hard contact.
Yeah, rare occurrence, and also rare. Seems like when these two teams meet, it's usually a low-scoring matchup. Packers have scored 42 runs head-to-head. That's the second fewest against a CCL opponent behind the Lincoln Potters. And at the same time, they've held the Mudcats to just 18 runs head-to-head on the season. The fewest allowed against any CCL foe. 0-2 the count on Jaden Jones. Got him. Strikeout number 4 for Stoutenborough, and that's the first out of the fourth.
University, second baseman number 6, Tasso Foster.
And then interesting to think that even though that they have twice as many runs head to head, they're still looking for a split here in the Mudcats. So, but I guess that's baseball.
Yeah, that can happen. And there is a big difference between the CCL North and the South. In the South, you see a lot more parity, I think, throughout the entire league. And that's also a function of there being an extra team. So you have the Foresters, and you have the Riptide, Oaks, Saints, Barons, the Blues. So that breeds competition, just having more teams. And up until this year, the North only had 4. So I think now that the Stompers are in, it's going to take a little bit of time for the bottom half of the league to catch up. But I mean, with the Mudcats, you can't really even call them the bottom, even though they're in fourth place in the league, in the North. That is, they don't play like a bad team, and they're not a bad team.
Yeah, and they're sort of in the running. The sort of middle of the league right now is very, very highly contested. So.
First pitch to Tasso Foster misses in the dirt. Speaking of routines, something we've mentioned a lot throughout the season, Sam Stoutenborough has really embraced the routine that the pitching coach, Jared Noonan, and Joey Gomes has kind of wanted him to adopt this summer. He's fully committed himself to the program. And I think that's really paid off for him, as he has looked like one of the best starting pitchers on the roster.
Oh, and it's a good thing for the coach-player relationship where they're both able to sort of feed off each other and both benefit from it. And, when you have a routine, a team that's as solid as this, it's pretty easy to adapt that into your own play. So a fluid transition into this CCL season for him.
Pitch misses outside, kicks off the glove of Schussler. Throw into third is not in time. Not sure if there was a cross-up on pitches there, but rarely do you ever see a ball just kick out of the glove of Kimball Schussler.
Yeah, it looked like it just sort of caught just the tip of it and it wasn't able to hold on to it.
So with that, the count is 3-1. Pitch to Foster, grounded to third. Kramer is coming home. The throw on the money. And that's Joe Kramer making a difference at the hot corner.
He just looked great defensively this game and making just a snap decision off of the catch to go home, and it paid off. Allowing that run not to score and keeping the score 6-2.
Yeah, not sure why they sent Telly Hill there. That was hit right at Joe Kramer, and he had plenty of time to set and make a clean throw to Kimball Schussler.
That was sort of an auto go to home there, just sort of assuming he'll take the force at first.
So now you got Quinlan Sweeney, the pitcher, up with 2 outs.
Looked almost like a drag bunt attempt there.
Yeah, it came
running bunt.
Yeah. This one grounded up the middle. Brooks Fields steps on the bag at second to end the top of the fourth. Packers keep the Mudcats off the board. It's still 6-2. And it'll be Jake Holcroft to lead it off in the bottom half for the Packers after the break.
Don't get a pitch for the Mudcats, number 35 from San Jose State, Andrew Stapleton. And leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Prune Packers from the University of Portland, center fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft.
In the bottom of the fourth inning, Prune Packers with a 6-2 lead on the Solano Mudcats. And they'll go to work against a new pitcher. It's the righty Andrew Stapleton.
Third inning in this short game that Holcroft has led it off.
And he does so with a base hit, his third of the game.
Second baseman number 12, Zach Vuletic.
Yeah, that's why you put him at leadoff. You want your leadoff guy to do his best work with nobody aboard, just able to scrape their way on, find some good contact, and he does that every single time he's up at bat.
That's where Jake prefers to hit in the order. He loves batting leadoff. He feels like that's where his speed plays the most and where he can get the most at bats, obviously, but similar to Joe Kramer, loves to make an impact on the game, wants to see more at bats than anyone else on the field. Pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count to Vuletic. Led off his first at bat was a 2-run shot in the bottom of the first inning. Walked and scored in the third. Looks at a strike. 1-1 the count. Pickoff move. Holcroft back in, so that's 15 plate appearances for Vuletic. He's reached 13 times. Almost unheard of. Holcroft takes off, and the pitch gets away from Topping. He'll be in with yet another stolen base, number 16 on the year.
Surging ahead with that speed, and this is a team that can sort of, in the Mudcats, crawl back into one, so they're not letting the foot off the gas by any means. Going to take that extra base and see what they can do with it.
Two one on the way. Off speed misses high. Andrew Stapleton out of San Jose State in his 11th outing, just his second out of the bullpen, so Mudcats looking for him to get some innings. And Zach Vuletic aboard again. Second walk of the ball game, and he is yet to be retired.
And he can read the ball pretty well. I mean, had that 5-walk game, just unheard of, and only had to swing the bat once in that. So he's got a pretty good read on where the ball is going to be in the zone, can take free trips to the first at a moment's notice.
Very good situation for Kramer, and similar to his last time up, this was the exact situation he was in. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and he was hit by a pitch his last time, and he's been hit twice tonight. No Packer has been hit 3 times in a game. Actually, might have happened to Blake Burke, but I'll have to go back and check that. This one gets away from Topping. Fakes a throw over to second, but both runners advance. Packers have Holcroft at third and Vuletic at second.
He was a good situation, looking to capitalize where he couldn't because of the bean, and now in an even better one, we'll see if he can capitalize.
(2-0) the count. Stapleton comes set. Kicks and fires. Kramer lifts it in the air out to center. DeSalle's under. It should be deep enough to advance the runners. Both tag. Gets a bullet to the cutoff man. So Holcroft's in standing up. Vuletic in at third with the slide, and it's 7-2.
University of Mexico, number 15, Prune.
How about that? 3 of these 7 runs coming off a sac fly, and showing even if you're not able to find a gap with that power, you can still be productive, especially with guys on.
Runyon drove in a run with the sac fly his last time up. Looks at a breaking ball for strike 1. Even last night, Runyon had a couple hard-hit flyouts to right field, and he's hit 2 balls on the screws tonight so far. Does the opposite here, nubs it down the first base line. It's a fair ball, and an RBI for Runyon. Vuletic scores. It's 8-2. That was a weird play.
That's sort of unusual for a guy like Runyon to just sort of nub one down the line, but he's able to hit another run on the board, so we'll take that.
Well, he just nubbed it down the first base line. It looked like it was going to go foul. But Zach Vuletic, as he always does, playing hard on the base paths, came surging home, and the only place Stapleton had was to first base.
And that was good awareness of the situation, that even if it was going to be fair, that they would have no play if he took off. So props to him with that savvy base runner.
2 more runs home for the Packers this inning. Get that lead up to 8-2. And want to check in, oh my goodness, on the game going on in Lincoln. The Crawdads are up 9-0 on the Potters. Holy smokes.
Only in the 4th, too. Wow.
The Crawdads appeared to be dead in the water at the beginning of this week. But they are winners of their last 3 games. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count on Sam Brown. And I think it all started when they got that 8-2 win against the Packers a few days ago. And they have yet to lose since.
You know, that was a must-win game for them, and they've ridden that momentum of taking out the top dogs into the rest of the league. And it's looking, at this point, pretty promising that they might end up with the 2nd seed. We'll see how the rest of the game develops.
Well, we're set to play them on Tuesday the 2nd, which would be the final home game of the season. Brown hits it hard and right to Tasso Foster. How many times are we going to see that same exact play? It's another line out to second base. That'll end the inning, but the Packers tack on 2 more to their lead. It's 8-2. We'll be right back with the 5th.
Rotation for the All-Stars. Ricky Oseguera coming in for Christian Olivares. Coming to pitch from the University Pacific, number 23, Mark Guerin. Leading off, top of the fifth inning with Mudcats from CSU Chico, left fielder, number 40, Michael Benavidez.
Hello and welcome back to the broadcast. We're back in the top of the 5th inning. Packers leading the Mudcats 8-2, and Andy Campbell is going to have play-by-play here for you in the top of the 5th.
And here we are. After 4 innings of work, Stoutenborough goes back to the dugout, only let 2 runs go, and now on the mound, Marcus Guerin. He's got a nice over-the-top motion as this one's fouled to the right side, and some speed on him too. You see Holcroft shift over towards right a little bit. This one rides a little low, stopped by Schuessler for ball number 1. It's always nice to be a Packers reliever working on the mound, especially when you have a lead like this. Got some room to work with to get your reps in. one's fouled to the backside of our grandstands. That's strike number 2. Counts 1 and 2. Guarvin comes set. Here's the throw. Fouled way off to the right side. Just has not been able to get in front of this fastball. So far, all the fouls have been to the right side. So that's the adjustment he'll be looking to make if he's sitting fast again. Count still 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. Able to blow it by him with a high fastball for out number 1.
Back next from San Joaquin Delta, center fielder number 28, Kenny DeSalle.
And here up to bat we have Kenny DeSalle, the center fielder. 2 ground outs for him thus far in this one. Both to third. This one rides inside, but just able to find the plate for the first strike. DeSalle gets back in the box. Here's the throw. Caught swinging at that breaking ball in the dirt. That's strike 2. Packers defense has been electric tonight and in general. This one cracked into left center field, finding the gap. On the dive is Holcroft out there. A little bit of a slide before throwing, and DeSalle's in with a double.
Number 12, Jared Wood.
That'll be the 4th extra base hit for the Crawdads, or Mudcats, my mistake. It still have only been able to scrape 2 across. Now up is Jared Wood, struck out and hit by pitch in his first 2 plate appearances.
Now batting from Solana JC, number 8, Austin Mancini.
Looks like we might have a hitting change as Austin Mancini finds himself in the box instead. My mistake. Pretty hefty lead over there at second for DeSalle. Here's the pitch, pulled to the left side. On the run is Hunt, able to pick it up on the fence, but a run will score. Very close play at second, but not in time. Both runners will be safe. Now score 8-3.
Better next from Willamette University, catcher to right fielder number 23, Noah Garcia.
And so back-to-back doubles will get another run across for the Mudcats. But they have a lot of work to do, an uphill battle, still down 5. But with 1 out, here's the cleanup, Noah Garcia. Single and a walk so far in this one, yet to be retired, as that one does not find the zone for ball 1. Working outside yet again, not able to find the mark. There's ball 2. Warren hasn't had a lot of work on the mound this season. Just 1 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts in that time. And a 4-pitch walk there to Noah Garcia, his second walk of the game.
For the Mudcats, from Willamette University, number 13, Trey Topping.
We have runners at first and second now with just 1 out, but the force play is now applied. We'll see if we can work that out of Trey Topping. Big bat in this lineup, had a double already. Struck out in his last at bat. This pitch finds the zone. Fastball for strike 1. Big swing and the miss for Topping. You know, this is a reliever that we haven't seen much of this year. Maybe trying to give a chance for some of our pen to rest up, as they'll be needed for our CCL tournament. Robin comes set. Here's the pitch. Smoked to left field. Hunt's got it over there. No runners will advance for out number 2.
Better next, University of Pacific, number 32, Telly Hill.
Here's the first baseman, Telly Hill. Coming up, 2 runners on. Jared Wood over there at second. A good hit most likely scores him. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss from Hill. A big lefty for the Mudcats. Watched him pull a few out of the park in right field during batting practice today, so he's got the power, but finds himself now 0-2. Barba comes set, takes a look. Here's the pitch off the end of the bat. This one shallow left field. Hunt's got it, and that will be out number 3. But not before the Mudcats scrape 1 across after 2 back-to-back doubles. It's now 8-3. Packers currently winning. Going to the bottom of the 5th. Coming up next.
Healdsburg Little League, they're charter members of that. FFA Fair and the Parade, Healdsburg High Booster Club, Sonoma County Premier Soccer, Windsor Little League, Healdsburg Food Pantry, Meals on Wheels. They're the oldest family members of the Healdsburg Chamber of Commerce. And also they support generously the Healdsburg Food Packers. Sanderson family are feature sponsors tonight. Can't thank them enough. Coming in to pitch for the Mudcats, St. Mary's College. Number 2, Chase Hildy. Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning of the Prune Packers, UC Santa Barbara. Right fielder number 11, Jared Sundstrom.
Jared Sundstrom leaving it off in the bottom of the fifth here, and back on play-by-play is Hayden Weber.
Thank you, Andy. Filling in for play-by-play. Appreciate that. An eventful half inning, that's for sure. Marv Guarin got roughed up a little bit. Here's Jared Sundstrom on to face a new pitcher. Count is 1-0. Sundstrom hits it hard over to short. The throw to first gets away. There's that speed making a difference.
Yeah, and that sort of hustle can really put pressure on the defense to rush their throw, and that one sort of just hit the dirt in front and then get past the first baseman. Here's our ace in the hole, our closer, Sam.
Exactly. They're going to rule that an E6. And with Jared Woods subbing out of the game, not sure who that is at shortstop. I'll have that for you here in a second. Looks like Menacini is over at third, so it would appear that Jones got moved from third to short. Sam Hunt gets ahead, 3 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. Well, this is the last matchup, like we mentioned, between these two teams. Haven't played here in Healdsburg since June 25th. As Sam Hunt looks at strike 2, count is full. Packers won that game 12-4. They jumped all over Brendan Morris, who is no longer listed. In fact, he's on the, looks like he might be injured. He's on the disabled portion of the Mudcats roster. This pitch misses inside. And the first 2 Packers aboard here in the bottom of the 5th. But 8 of the 9 starters reported a hit in that game. Sundstrom homer. But for the Mudcats, it's tough. 3 pitchers are on the disabled portion of their roster, meaning they're unavailable to play for whatever reason. As Schussler gets a hold of it, sending it deep to left center field, and it's caught. Advancing to third is Sundstrom, and he's in with a head first slide.
Now heading Texas Tech, shortstop number 3, Loudon Brooks.
Some gutsy base running, tagging up on the fly out to left center, but able to make it in easily is Sundstrom.
Great RBI opportunity for Loudon. Sundstrom at third, Hunt at first. 1 out in the inning. Hild comes set. Fires in a fastball for a strike. So Chase Hild is making his first appearance on the mound. He is normally a position player. And that likely being a product of the thinned out pitching staff.
Yeah, they're sort of looking a little thinner on the mound, but, you know, quite frankly, other than some control issues, he's looked okay up there. Could have fooled me as a reliever.
Hey, looks pretty good. Has pretty clean mechanics.
this over-the-top stuff.
Yeah.
Can help some guys with some accuracy, especially, coming out of a position roll.
Runner takes off. It's a called strike. And Sam Hunt's in at second with a stolen base.
Well, that's 9 for him on the year. Another one of our quicksters in Healdsburg. Takes away the force opportunity at second.
Brooks chops it to short. Jones has it. Only play he has is at first. Scoring is Sundstrom, and it's 9-3.
Case in point right there. No opportunity to turn 2.
21, Joe Brown.
That really affects Sundstrom able to cross and get that 9th run in.
RBI ground out for Loudon Brooks. Makes it 2 down in the inning. Hunt at third. And Joe Brown up to the plate. Well, Jake Holcroft ends with the perfect night, went 3 for 3 with 3 singles, and came around to score 3 times.
And he's been looking solid, and as you mentioned, a flawless game tonight.
Brown pops it up, back behind the plate, and a nice over-the-shoulder grab by the catcher, topping in foul territory. That'll end the inning. Packers tack on another run, and they get one back, leading 9-3 over the Mudcats as we head to the 6th.
Jacob Wood. And ladies and gentlemen, the Sanderson family would like to say thank you to the Prune Pack organization and all the hard work involved. They also want to say thank all of the interns and most importantly the players who strive to better themselves under the coaching of Joey Gomes and his whole staff. Coming to a Packer game is a highlight of the year. Healdsburg should be very proud. Thanks to all from the Sanderson family. Great thanks to them as well.
Some defensive changes for the Prune Packers. Jake Holcroft coming out of the game. All new outfield alignment. Vuletic goes from second to left. Sam Hunt goes left to right, and Sundstrom right to center. And Joe Brown takes over at second base, so the brothers patrolling the right side of the infield.
We saw them start a few times this year, controlling that right side, and that's just a fun brotherly bond to see out on the field.
Yeah, I had a chance to catch up with Joe Brown before BP yesterday, and says it's a lot of fun playing with Sam. Kind of reminds him of his earlier high school days. And Joe is one of the youngest players on this team.
Just graduated.
Yeah, out of Petaluma High School, and is on a roster full of Division I talent. I mean, just superstars up and down this lineup, and he said it's been really cool just to be in the same room as these guys, and it's been a blast. There's a called third strike. Down goes Jaden Jones looking for out number 1.
Benedict's from Willamette University.
Like a quality frame there for
Number
Timothy.
6,
So it might have been a little bit low, but did a good job bringing that one up. And yeah, there's a lot of superstar level talent on this team, and I'm sure it's a little awe-inspiring to be able to lace up the cleats and play alongside them. So I'm sure he's improved just from that regard.
I should add something that the D1 label doesn't always mean everything. There are guys at all levels on this roster that are dominant at their respective schools. And just being able to, regardless of what level, just be around a bunch of great players. It's a fantastic opportunity for someone like Joe Brown.
I would say so. As you mentioned, there's some really fantastic JUCO guys maybe looking for transfers, but, we saw Joe Kramer coming out of a JUCO year last year when he played for the Packers, and so,
yeah,
all these guys are looking for something to prove.
Yeah, a good handful of this team did start at the JUCO ranks. We know Sundstrom just finished up at Santa Rosa Junior College. He's headed to UCSB. AJ Ehrlicher just got drafted out of junior college. Noah Renard started at junior college. He's carved out a successful career at Michigan for himself. Swing and a miss in the dirt.
And I think even at that level of play, the reason that we see the best of that is the commitment and the passion it takes to play a season and then play summer ball, that you're really going to get the most committed guys to the sport.
And even though they're no longer on this roster, Jonas Sebring was out of a junior college, and he was one of the best bats on this team while he was here, as Tasso Foster is aboard at first with a walk.
Back in the plate, St. Mary's College, number 2, Chase Hildy.
Chase Hildig gonna hit for himself. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Hilde out of Eagle, Idaho.
Long way from home.
Yeah. This one fouled back to the screen. Hilde, 16 games, 245. And he's got a homer for himself. He's actually been red hot at the plate. Hit safely in 6 of his last 7.
Well, and that's what they're going to need if they want to tack on another base runner in this one, try to get some more across.
2 balls, 1 strike. Warren comes home. There's a really nice fastball. Paints it on the outside corner.
That's a quality location. You're not doing a whole lot with that off the end of the bat, even if you are swinging.
Pickoff move to first. Foster back in time. If you're just joining us, Prune Packers leading the Mudcats 9-3 in the top of the 6 with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Hilde down on strikes. Second punch out of the inning for Warren and his 3rd of the ball game.
Batting next from CSU Chico, number 40, Michael Benavidez.
After leading off the game with the single, Benavidez has struck out swinging in his last 2 at-bats.
That was a really good punch-out pitch after just being able to paint the corner and getting the strike call, extending it just a little bit to get the chase. Flawless work.
Big breaker misses high.
And what I'm noticing about his breaking ball right now is not a whole lot of side-by-side horizontal movement, just sort of dips down.
More of a 12-6 action.
I would say so.
Pickoff move to first. Back is Foster. Let's see if we can get another update for that game taking place in Lincoln, and the Crawdads are just piling it on. 13-0 over the Potters. And the Potters are being 1 hit at this point in the game.
You know, back against the wall, the Crawdads have just performed against really solid opponents in really important times.
This one fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Warren trying to strand the man at first. Was able to leave a couple on in the last inning. The pitch, swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout of the inning for Marv Warren. His 4th of the ball game, and it's still 9-3 Prune Packers. Will be back with the bottom half of the 6th after the break.
Willie McCovey goes 4 for 4. 4 with 2 triples off of Robin Roberts, who leads the Giants to a 7-2 winner of the Phillies. McCovey was batting .372 with 29 home runs at Phoenix when he was promoted. This day, July 30th, 1959. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Prune Packers from Texas Tech. Second base number 12, Zach Vuletic.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Bottom of the 6th inning. Prune Packers up 9-3 on the Solano Mudcats. Andy and I were just talking playoff picture. It's exciting to talk about this time of year.
Some speculation being done.
Yes. Well, we're just thinking, barring something absurd happening, appears the Crawdads will take the upper hand on the Potters. And let's see. Tomorrow, Packers play a non-league game, so that won't matter in the standings. The Potters host the Mudcats, and then the Crawdads are on the road. Excuse me, the Crawdads host the Sonoma Stompers. So if both teams get a win tomorrow, Crawdads would still have a 1-game lead. Then you head to August 1st, where the Potters-Packers go head-to-head. And that game is going to be huge, because if the Packers win that game against the Lincoln Potters, the Crawdads are in.
They'll be uncatchable to that point, but if somehow the Potters are able to win that one and we can take the Crawdads a loss, so it'll be sort of interesting to see how that.
Number 6.
Well, nothing new here. Zach Vuletic aboard with a walk.
Third of the night?
Third of the night, and he's reached in all 4 plate appearances.
That's just textbook.
I mean, you just expect it to happen at this point. Brings up Joe Kramer. Let's see if Joe can run into one here. Pops it up. And it goes back towards the bleachers behind the first base dugout. Packers have already punched their ticket to slow as the pickoff move to first is late. Just trying to finish on a strong note. Pitch misses upstairs. Something that the guys certainly don't want to do is go into the postseason with a losing streak, even though it wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. That want to take as much momentum as you can into the playoffs.
At this point, especially, being the first seed guarantee, that's all you can really be thinking about is just continue to do what you're doing so that when it does time to get into the playoff, that you're still feeling your best at the plate and in the field.
2 on the count to Kramer. Pitch finds the zone. Count's even at 2-2. That tournament will be played at Sinsheimer Park, home of the Blues. The stadium was built in 1968. And from what I've seen, it's a pretty nice stadium. One misses outside. Another full count. So if anyone wants to make the trip down, you can get your tickets at the gate. Should be a fun atmosphere. Watch your Packers try to defend their title. Vuletic takes off. Kramer grounds it to second, and he bobbles it. The throw to first is offline. Everybody's safe. It ricocheted off the glove of the second baseman, Foster. And the shortstop, Jaden Jones, picked it up, threw to first. Kramer beat out the throw. That was another weird-looking play on the infield. We've seen a couple of those.
The first time I saw it, I thought that it sort of got into Vuletic's way, and he just sort of booted it. That's why it zigzagged. But I think you're right, tipped off the glove. Otherwise, unless...
Nope, they're going to say it hit off Vuletic, but Runyon drives it deep into center field. It is back, and it is caught out there by Kenny DeSalle on a dead run.
And that can be a hard spot when you're ranging back to sort of drape the glove across yourself and still make a athletic catch. So props to him deep out there.
So just to clarify, the previous play, the ball actually hit off of Zach Vuletic, so he was out. So that's the call on the field. As you can see, second base unoccupied. Kramer at first with Sam Brown at the plate. 2 down in the inning. Sam Brown lined out to second base his last time up. 1 for 2.
Seen a lot of action second over there.
Yeah, Tasso Foster. Pitch misses inside. 2 on the count. These are some pretty cool Mudcats uniforms. Andy, you've had a chance to see all the road uniforms for the, not even just the CCL opponents, everyone who's come here to Rec Park. Do you have a particular favorite by chance?
You know, when you're thinking favorite uniforms, I'm usually thinking unique, so this one's definitely up there. But you know, I like the West Coast Kings sort of clean look as well.
That was a good one.
They had a solid look.
Brown is aboard with his second walk. Puts a runner in scoring position for Jared Sundstrom with 2 outs.
I believe it might have been the Mudcats as well that had that sort of bright blue with the red. That's one of their other uniforms. So I guess I'm just a fan of the Mudcats look.
And no bias. My favorite uniforms in all of the CCL are the Prune Packers road unis. I really like the look. The cutoff sleeves, the gray vest. I think it's a clean look. Black undershirts, the stirrups. On the count.
I'll have to take a look at it, but based on your description, I think I would agree. That sounds pretty good.
So Kramer at second, Brown at first, 2 outs. Counts 1-1 on Sundstrom. Hilden checks the runner at second, does a double take, comes home. Sundstrom launches it deep to center field, back at the batter's eye, out of here! Home run number 12 for Jared Sundstrom. Finds the basketball courts. It's a 3-run blast and puts the Packers up 12-3.
And that was about as dead center as it comes. Just absolutely rips the leather off of that ball.
My, oh my.
And extends that home run lead in the CCL because of it.
And another 2-out home run from Jared Sundstrom. We've seen a ton of that this year. My goodness.
There's been a lot of 2-run shots and a lot of first pitch shots. I'd be interested to see the numbers on those.
That makes it an extra tough break for that play on Vuletic, because that would have been a grand slam had he not been retired, as Sam Hunt is hitting the back.
Now batting from University of Texas, number 8, Kimball Schusler.
Kimball Schusler's been having a night at the plate.
Yeah. Picked up an RBI single in the third. Tell you what, man. The Packers, especially coming off of a loss, just do not mess around, and it usually carries over for several games. And I think after losing 2 games in a 3-game stretch, including that home loss to the Crawdads, that lit a fire in this team. As Schusler dribbles it down the first base line, Hildy's got it. He steps on the bag at first. That'll end the inning. But Jared Sundstrom gets his 12th homer of the year to extend his CCL home run lead up to 2 over teammate Joe Kramer. And we head to the top of the 7th inning. Packers leading 12-3. Be right back after the break.
And wicked slash end at the end of the 7th inning. Also to remind all the kids, if you're getting foul balls, bring it to the merchandise table. Get a ticket for a signed baseball we're going to be giving out at the end of this inning. And we want to thank Jonathan Potts. Take the 6th inning, and in the dugout for the 7th inning for the All-Stars, Ricky Reeder. Top of the 7th inning for the Mudcats from San Joaquin Delta, number 28, Taylor Sell.
We're in the top of the 7th inning here at Rec Park in Healdsburg, California. And the Prune Packers looking to close out this incredible home season with just a couple games left after this one here at home. Up 12-3 on the Mudcats. First pitch to Kenny DeSell, backdoor or front door breaking ball, in for a strike. And for Marv Guarin, this is his 2nd appearance. This one is yanked foul down the left field line.
His longest one by a wide margin, only worked 1 inning in his other relief outing.
And for Guarin, was a starter last year for the Packers. And is usually a great strike thrower. He has run into some walk issues this season. 0-2. Bounces for ball 1.
We're seeing those strikeout numbers stay high alongside those walks, so if you can sort of tamper the walks a little bit, be blowing it away on the run.
1-2. Lifted foul to the right side. Interrupting a kids' wiffle ball game taking place in foul territory. This one bounces in front of Schuessler. Do want to just take a moment to thank everybody for tuning into the broadcast, not only tonight, but all season long. It's been a pleasure to bring you Prune Packers baseball this season. It's been a fun year. This team's really good, and it's been a lot of fun bringing you these games. I know we've had a couple of ups and downs with technical issues as Guarin gets a strikeout.
Now batting for the Mudcats.
But just, I want to thank everyone for hanging with us and tuning in.
I would say so, and it's a privilege to commentate alongside Hayden and for such a great team and such a great fan base as well. So thank you all, Prune Packers fans.
And again, we do hope that you join me in San Luis Obispo, at least whether it's Mixlr or YouTube. I will be down there. Hope you can tune in for it. Should be a fun ride down south. Count is 1-0 on Mendocini. Had an RBI double his first time up, gets a hold of it, sending it deep to left. Back is Vuletic at the wall, and it's off the wall. 2 at-bats, 2 doubles for Mendocini.
Now batting from Miami University, number 23, Noah Garcia.
To this point, the Mudcats, 8 base hits, both teams with 8 base hits. But a 9-run difference.
That shows baseball's an interesting game. It's mostly about not just getting guys on, but getting them across the plate. And saw a big 3-run shot contribute to that for the Packers, as well as just not leaving a whole lot of guys stranded.
1-0 on the way to Noah Garcia. Swings and misses. Sun setting out to left. Really nice sunset tonight. This one's skied out to left field. Vuletic calling everyone off. He's got it for out number 2. This is just the best way to spend a summer. Every day at the ballpark. Not much else beats it.
It's just been ideal, I get a free game, get to talk about my favorite sport. It's been a quality summer.
Here's the catcher, Trey Topping. Mendocini at second with 2 outs. First pitch blocked by Kimball Schuessler. "51 pitches for Guarin through 2 2/3. Topping gives it a ride. Deep to center field. Under it is Sundstrom. He's got it in front of the track to end the inning. It's stretch time. Packers leading the Mudcats 12-3.
12-0 All-Star team, manager Ryan Holler, Coach Donald Evans. We invited the gentlemen to come down to the announcers area here. They're going to regale us with a little take me out to the ball game. I'm going to have their coach, Donald Evans, hold the microphone. Galesburg, help them out. Here goes. 1, 2, 3.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. All the bears I ever been back to. Root for the Packers. Don't make it a shame. When it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game.
The All-Stars, Santa Rosa All-Stars. Manager Ryan Howard, Coach Donald Evans. Great job, all of you. Coming to pitch for the Mudcats from Texas Southern University, number 18, Jaden Jones. Leading off, part of the 7th inning from Texas Tech. Number 3, Loudon Brooks.
We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Prune Packers up 12-3 on the Solano Mudcats. And new pitcher on for Solano. It's another position player, Jaden Jones, on the mound. Jones started this game at third. He got some reps at short. And looks like he's throwing pretty hard. Fires in a fastball for strike 1.
And a lot of these position players, you know, they can throw hard, whether it's across the diamond or to the cutoff, but with the position guy on the mound, you really appreciate the control that a regular pitcher is able to command so frequently.
And when you get a guy from the left side of the infield, usually they have the bigger arms. I feel like if you're going to pull in a position player to pitch, you got to go outfield, third base, or catcher. I think those would be the best 3 options.
Yeah, and they have to throw hard more regularly than some guys.
This one grounded to short. The throw to first is picked out of the dirt by Telly Hill for out number 1.
Now batting, UC Berkeley, number 21, Joe Brown.
Here's Joe Brown. Popped out to the catcher his first time up. Brown gives it a ride. Deep right field it is. Caught on a run by Noah Garcia. Really nice play out there in the corner in right field.
Little League All-Star, number 7, Blake McDonald.
one of Brown's harder hit balls this season. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get on because of it, but props to him.
McDonald pinch hitting for Vuletic.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it sounded like our own Dick Bogarski called McDonald that as a former Little League All-Star.
Yeah, Santa Rosa native. Got a good hand because of that. The Little League All-Stars are out at the park tonight.
See them rotating around as ball boys.
Strike one from Jaden Jones. All things considered, he's looked pretty good on the mound. 2 up, 2 down for him. McDonald sends it deep right center field. It is back. It is gone. Well, that'll get the crowd on its feet. Blake McDonald with a solo shot in front of his former Little League in the house. And that is home run number 6 on the summer for Blake. And that makes it 13-3.
Number 10, Carson Crawford.
Big shot right there, and he's got a lot of power, especially for a catcher. Brings him that tied with Burke and Holcroft in the home run race.
Here's Carson Crawford pinch hitting for Kramer. And due up for the Mudcats. Telly Hill, Jaden Jones, Tasso Foster. 2-2 the count with 2 outs in the inning.
And the Mudcats coming down to their last 6 outs to get something going on the board.
And down goes Carson Crawford. Strikeout for the position player Jaden Jones. Blake McDonald goes yard. Packers have scored in 5 consecutive innings. It's 13-3. We'll be right back with the 8th.
Connor, come on in and great job. All of these young Santa Rosa All-Stars. And this day in baseball history, 1990 Jack Clark hits his 300th career home run in the 11th inning. His homer in the 10th inning ties the game. In his 17th homer in extra innings, he's now in second place behind Willie Mays in extra inning home runs. Jack Clark, 1990, his 300th home run. Coming in a pitch from the University of Pennsylvania for the Prune Packers, number 19, Noah Milliken. The quick update. Prune Packer Torrin Montgomery just hit his first professional home run in rookie ball. Torrin Montgomery, first professional home run tonight. Leading off, top of the 8th inning for the Mudcats. University Pacific, number 32, Telly Hill.
Noah Milliken taking the mound in relief of Marv Guarin here in the top of the 8th inning. Prune Packers up 13-3 on the Solano Mudcats. And Milliken will face Telly Hill, the first baseman. First pitch misses off the plate. Hill's 1 for 2. He's picked up a double and had an RBI on a sac fly. And he flew out hard to left field to end the 5th. Pitch misses downstairs. Milliken in his 9th game with the Packers, 2-0, 31 strikeouts in 18 1/3 innings pitched. He's racked up as many as 9 in a single game. Hill gets a hold of it, sending it deep to right. Sam Hunt's under it. He's got it. I'll bring up the pitcher, Jaden Jones.
Texas Southern, number 18, Jaden Jones.
Jones picked up a strikeout, though he did allow a home run to Blake McDonald in his inning of work. Nasty slider.
Absurd.
Had great late break to it. Was able to cross the plate at just the last second.
Now, if that was me up there, I would have been ducking out of the way. It looked like he might ride inside, but still able to find the zone.
And Jaden Jones looking fooled up there. Swung at another pitch in the dirt this time. No balls, 2 strikes.
Good east to west movement, and this at bat got him in the rocking chair.
Grounded over to second. Joe Brown fields it. Throws to A.J. Ehrlicher at first base for out number 2.
Batting Willamette University, number 6, Tasso Foster.
So the infield gets a little shake up. Carson Crawford, who pinch hit for Kramer, is over there at the hot corner. And A.J. Ehrlicher, who when he's playing in the field we normally see in the corner outfield spots, is over at first base. Makes sense with the 6'5" frame. Tasso Foster looks at a strike.
And Milliken just looks like he's having fun up there locating that slider.
You have a winner. Good job.
In my opinion, this is the best Noah Milliken has looked all season. He looks really good tonight. Oh my goodness, another beautiful slider.
Young men and women who have been getting
jumps ahead 0-2.
So much.
It's just absolutely filthy, yeah, you know, and when you come up on the mound, every time your break is just a little different, but right now he's just locating it so perfectly.
That slider is sharp. 0-2 on the way. And it just misses off the plate. Schuessler tried to frame it up.
That was a pretty competitive pitch there with 0-2. Trying to maybe get a chase. That's pretty good plate discipline there to hold off on that one. It crossed all the way through the zone and just landed outside of it.
The 1-2. Maybe a little bit upstairs.
Just got 2 balls there on that slider. If I'm up at the plate, I think I'm sitting fast.
We'll see if you're right. Milliken comes home. It is a heater. Chopped foul at the plate. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Packers up by 10. Grounded to the right side of the infield. Brown bobbles, throws to first in time. Nice job by Noah Milliken to get to the bag. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the pitcher out of Penn. And it's 13-3 Packers headed to the bottom of the 8th.
The Prune Packers would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of our host families who are housing these collegiate athletes. Thank you so much to our host families. Bottom of the 8th inning with the Prune Packers from the University of New Mexico, number 15, Raiden Runyon.
We're back in the bottom of the 8th inning. Packers with a huge lead on the Mudcats. This is their biggest lead over Solano all season, up 13-3. First pitch to Runyon, and he smokes it down the line in right field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Runyon headed for second, and he'll pull up there with the leadoff double.
Coming to the plate for the Prune Packers from Centers of Union College, number 9, A.J. Ehrlicher.
Unsatisfied with this biggest lead that they've had. Comes out, bats a blazing for Runyon. Stand-up double.
The Packers have just been relentless this game. The only inning in which they have not scored so far is the second. 2 runs in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh. Ehrlicher lifts it to shallow center field. It gets down for a base hit. Into third is Runyon. Great start to the 8th.
Up batting, Boston College, number 5, Liam Little.
And Little, you're getting a pinch hit opportunity. Runners at the corners here.
First pitch to Little. Misses above the zone. Well, you know what's crazy is coming off the loss before the game yesterday, I was talking to Joey Gomes out in the bullpen before the game, and he said this team is not firing on all cylinders yet. He said yet, which alludes to the fact that we might just now be seeing the best version of this team at just the right time. And I asked him why, and he said it's because we only score in spurts. We'll score in the first 3, the middle 3, or the last 3. Little lifts it to deep left field. Moving over is Benavidez. He's got it. Coming home is Runyon. The throw is offline. Sack fly for Liam Little, and it's 14-3.
I think that's the biggest difference in this game by a wide margin. Above everything else, we see a lot of lopsided games.
And really, the
Packers, but they've only let one inning go by where they did not score. That's a really big difference for them.
And even in the last game, 12 runs in the first 3 innings. Well, that might not be the best example. That game was shortened. But the next 3, the Packers were held off the board. So it might be an example of what Joey Gomes was talking about.
And that shows a lot of faith in your players when they're performing at this level and still knowing that they can go further. That's a motivation.
1-1 the count. Part of the Packers order has gotten to Jaden Jones. On deck is Kimball Schuessler. The Packers are fortunate to have great pitching depth, and I think that has proven to be not a deciding factor in this game, but I think the fact that the Mudcats simply are just low on pitchers is a lot of the reason this game got away.
I would say so. The relief struggled a lot.
It's a broken bat, popped up shallow center field, and it's caught by the shortstop.
Better next to University of Texas, number 8, Kimball Schuessler.
There's been some shuffling on the defensive side, of course, with Jones on the mound, so it is Hild at shortstop. So he essentially just switches spots with Jaden Jones. 2-out opportunity for Kimball Schuessler with A.J. Ehrlicher, the runner at first. One runs up and in, gets all the way to the backstop, throw to second is late. So Ehrlicher's in scoring position. 2-0 the count on Schuessler. Fouled back to the screen. Update. The biggest in the CCL South this year. Crawdads running away. They're up 14-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Drops it to second. Foster fields it on a nasty hop, but fires to first in time to end the inning. Packers get another run home and extend their lead to back with the ninth.
Appreciation night. There's no charge to get in. We're going to be giving out some annual programs. We're going to have the reunion and some old timers, some reunion of past Prune Packers here tomorrow. Should be a great fan appreciation night. Tomorrow night against the Nevada Knicks, 6 o'clock right here, Recreation Park. Come on in, just stroll on in, have a great evening. Get to see a great baseball game and a reunion of some of the former program of the year. Tuesday, August 2nd against the Crawdads. Our final game of the season next Tuesday night, August 2nd, right here, Recreation Park. Coming in a pitch for the Prune Packers from University of Nevada, Reno, number 25. Tyler Moat. Back in the dugout along with our ball boy Jacob Wood. And of course, I'll take thank you to the Sanderson Ford, Sanderson family, our featured sponsors, supporting Prune Packers. Leading off the top of the ninth inning for the Mudcats, New York, Oregon, number 14, Dylan McShane.
Well, the lights just went out here in the grandstands at Rec Park, but more chance to close this game out. Morgan White on the mound, on to face the pinch hitter Dylan McShane.
One of our closing options in Healdsburg. Here's the pitch.
Dylan McShane filling the trend of pitchers hitting in the ninth spot. Morgan White has the fastball working. He's ahead 0-2.
We had our intern batting practice last night, and before I ask you how you think that went, Hayden, I've got to compliment you on your capabilities at the plate.
By the way, Dylan McShane strikes out swinging for out number 1. I think it went very well. I batting over 5 years. Yeah, I think it went pretty well, and thank you for the compliment, Andy. Not only were you great at the plate, you made some incredible plays in the outfield.
Dive out there.
Looks like the Mudcats having a little fun to the plate.
Some excitement.
That's awesome.
Dugout. Yeah, you love to see that.
That's great. Seen some position players, pitchers downstairs. One, two.
Number 7, Anthony Galindo.
Anthony Galindo, last man standing. Galindo in his first at bat. He's pitched this year. Swings and misses. And then Solano is down to its final strike. 0-2 on the way. He gets a piece of it, fouling it straight back.
Excited to move this one further.
Well, Morgan White is one of the best pitchers on this team, so not easy to even get a piece of it, let alone put it in play. You can hear the audible excitement out of the Mudcats dugout. Should Galindo, and it misses off the plate. The Packers dugout not happy about that, and this is about as energetic we've seen both dugouts tonight.
Well, it's a pivotal point of the game.
And the lights come back on here at Rec Park. Pitch. Fouled back to the screen. The at-bat continues. The Mudcats players are on the top step of the dugout. Reaches base. They're going to go nuts. A 1-2. And he gets a piece of it again.
Morgan White can't believe it on the mound.
Even the Packers players are getting a kick out of this. What an at-bat by Anthony Galindo.
It's been around 5 or 6 pitches so far.
He's making Morgan White work. 2-strike pitch. Misses downstairs. Count is even at 2-2. Well, this is what you love about summer ball. Guys just having fun. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. What an at-bat by Anthony Galindo. But Morgan White seals the deal, strikes out the side, and the Packers beat the Mudcats 14-3.
Right here, 6 o'clock.
Well, make that 2 in a row for the Prune Packers. They improved to 35-9. Overall, 23-9 in league. Falling to 17-22, 14-18 in league play. Packers get their second straight win at home, improving to 27-2 at Rec Park. Well, Andy, this game had lots of offense. Packers putting up 14 runs, back-to-back games with double. What's your assessment of the Prune Packers tonight?
Well, you know, and we touched on it a couple times tonight, just sort of a little bit of a revenge after taking. And that can extend for multiple games, can be sort of a wake-up call to lose to a team, especially when you're as good as the Packers. And so we saw this tonight. And another thing we talked about, just being able to score throughout the game, not just in bursts. Even with all the pinch hitting and substitutions that went down, the roster is still able to remain consistent throughout.
Any pick for players?
You mentioned a lot of offense, but, you know, I'm going to pivot in a different direction. I can't not talk about Joe Kramer at third with some fantastic plays. Made it to first a few times, was hit by a pitch twice, and just made some real savvy defensive stuff over there in the hot corner.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to shout out the 1-2 punch in the Packers lineup. Jake Holcroft and Zach Vuletich. It's probably about as good as a 1-2 as you will see in this league. Jake Holcroft, Zach Vuletich, neither of them were retired. Both came. Holcroft came to the plate 3 times, had 3 base hits. Vuletich came to the plate, 4 times, hit a 2-run shot in the first, and also walked 3 times. So shout out to those guys. And again, Prune Packers sealing the deal, 14-3 over the Solano Mudcats. That's 14 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Healdsburg. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Solano. I want to thank everybody for YouTube for Fan Appreciation Night against the Novato Knicks. tomorrow at 6 o'clock. From Rec Park and for Andy